Hello, this is Jack from tofluency.com and welcome to this English lesson on verb patterns. And we're specifically going to look at the two verbs let and make, because these two verbs are a little bit different in terms of how we use them in sentences. So you're going to learn how to form a sentence using these two verbs, and I'll show you plenty of examples too. Speaking of examples, let's start with two. My parents let me stay out late. So here you can see we're using the verb let. My parents let me stay out late. Now what this means is my parents allowed me to stay out late. They gave me permission to do this. Now another example, but this time using make. My parents made me make my bed every day. My parents made me make my bed every day. I'm sure you know what this means. It basically means that they force me to do it, but it's not quite as strong as the verb force. Now, another thing to note is that in both of these sentences, I'm talking about the past. My parents let me stay out late when I was younger. My parents made me make my bed every day when I was younger too. So let's look at how to form these sentences before looking at more examples. We start with a subject in most cases. So I gave two examples using my parents. And then we just use make or let, okay? My parents made, my parents let. And then we use the object. My parents made me, my parents let me. I made you, I let you. And then we use the bare infinitive. So just the verb on its own. My parents made me do. My parents made me go, etc. Hopefully that isn't too confusing. More examples are going to help you. Here is another one. The teacher makes them do their homework. So this is a simple example. I'm sure you've heard something like this before, but it just shows you exactly how we can use make. The teacher makes them do their homework. Her boss lets her work from home. So her boss lets her work from home. Her boss gives her permission to work from home. However, this woman is not so lucky and her boss is not as nice. Her boss made her stay at work all night. Her boss made her stay at work all night. Now for the last example, imagine that two security guys are talking to each other at a nightclub. One of them spots a guy. So he sees a guy who he doesn't like, someone who's maybe very drunk, someone who is maybe quite aggressive. And he says to his other security friend, "Don't let that guy come in." So in this case, we're using the imperative in the negative. Don't let that guy come in. To learn more about verb patterns, watch this lesson. There will be a link to this lesson underneath the video in the description. And also, be sure to check out my comments on this video where I'm going to link to other videos with verb patterns. So thank you for watching this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.